Now I'm going to kind of go into this crossover scenario. I have two books that could fall either into the contemporary or the paranormal side of things. This is just my personal speculation on that. It's not based on anything that I've heard or any facts of the matter. It's based on the blurbs on the back of the book, and me thinking that things aren't always what they seem. I tend to be suspicious in nature. So these two books could fall either in contemporary or paranormal. The first being, ironically, they are both published by Walker. So it will be interesting to see where they actually do fall when I get a chance to read them. But the first being Fracture by Megan Miranda. And I will read you the back of the book so that you know what it's about. It says, "A lot can happen in 11 minutes. Decker can run 2 miles easily in 11 minutes. I once wrote an English essay in 10. No lie. And God knows Carson Levine can talk a girl out of her clothes in half that time. 11 minutes might as well be eternity underwater. It only takes 3 minutes without air for loss of consciousness. Permanent brain damage begins at 4 minutes, and then, when the oxygen runs out, full cardiac arrest occurs. Death is possible at 5 minutes, probable at 7, definite at 10. Decker pulled me out at 11. So that's Fracture by Megan Miranda. It's got a really intriguing story based on the back of the flap. I didn't know anything about this book when I got to BEA. And the copy I just read you is what kind of grabbed me. So it's rare that a book will grab me based on back copy alone, and this one did. So I'm got some speculations in my mind about what really is happening here. So I don't know. It could fall paranormal, could fall contemporary. And then I have Between by Jessica Warman. And again, it is something that could go either way, and I have some ideas about what way it will go. But basically, it's about a pretty and popular girl named Elizabeth who goes out and parties with a bunch of friends on a yacht and wakes up the next morning and someone is missing. So the story will be about them trying to figure out what happened. It's got a little bit of mystery. It's got, it looks like a lot of character dynamics to it, and it looks quite intriguing. So I'm very excited. I'm excited about everything, but I'm very excited. So that is kind of the crossover. I'll be interested to see where both of those fall. The last batch of books I'm going to share with you are contemporary reads, and I'm going to start with the excitement that is, once again, Maggie Stiefvater. She is, again, one of my very favorite authors. I absolutely adore the way she writes, and so I will assuredly be digging into this book sooner than later. The void the end of the Mercy Falls books leaves is short-lived, thankfully. So I'm super excited that I was able to get a copy of this as well. It is not part of a series, which I know many people are kind of burnt out on series. I personally love series fiction, so for me, I would have been okay with it being a series, but I'm equally okay with it being standalone. But it is about a girl and a boy who bond over these Scorpio races, which are horse races. And there's a bit of a life and death component to it. And so this young girl is the very first girl to ride in the competition. So there's a bit of that element that plays out in it as well. So really super excited to get started in reading on this one soon. Another book that I've already heard good buzz about, people have already read it, is The Future of Us by Jay Asher and Carolyn Mackler. I visited the Penguin booth, and Elise gave this to me and talked it up quite a bit. And I know I'm going to be excited, and I know I'm going to love this book because it's going to certainly bring me back to my childhood. It is about a girl and a boy who um, get online in 1996 using one of those AOL discs, back when the internet first started. And then when they power up, they see themselves on Facebook's 15 years into the future. So it's got a bit of a fantastical component to it, but I think it's going to center more on how they lead their lives, and how the future will impact the present and vice versa. So I'm super excited to read this. And again, this is one that's probably going to be read sooner than later. I also picked up at the Little Brown booth Wintertown by Stephen Amond, or Emond. Let me get that so you can see it a little bit better. But it is something that I had not yet heard about. I just happened upon it. And one of the things that interests me so much about the book, outside of the story, which I will tell you about momentarily, is that there's pretty pictures to go with it. So not only do you get a story, but you kind of see the story at the same time. And what the story is about is this young boy who looks forward to the visit of a childhood friend who moved away after her parents got divorced. And this year when she comes back, she's a lot different than she has been in previous years. She's a little bit more gothed out. So the story is about him trying to find the old her. So I suspect there will be a kind of a learning curve on both of their sides, where he comes to accept her as she is, and then, you know, a little bit of the old, I think her name is Lucy. Yep, Lucy comes out to play and gives him a little of what he's looking for too. That's just me speculating though. I also picked up at the Little Brown booth The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. This one is super contemporary. It's a love story. It's about a girl who misses her plane and spends 24 hours in an airport with a British boy, and they fall in love. So I'm sure this will be filled with character exploration and the whole falling in love piece. And then finally, I have The Beginning of After by Jennifer Castle, which is another one of the books that I had on my pre-BEA wish list, so was very excited to get my grubby little paws on a copy. This is a Harper title, and it's about a girl whose parents are killed in a car crash, and how she meets the boy who is the son of the man responsible for said car crash, and how the two of them connect. So I don't know how much love there is, or is it friendship. I have no doubt there will be a fair share of angst, the kind of angst that I love, some push and pull there. And I have high expectations for this book, so very excited to get my hands on a copy of this. So that is, in a nutshell, some of the books that I got at BEA. And like I said, I got loads and loads of other books. Check out my Goodreads shelf. You can see what else I got. I am very grateful to all the publishers for sharing them with us, and I am excited to get to each one in the amount of time that I can. Some are actually way far out, like February of next year, so I've got some time. But yeah, you'll see some reviews start to pop up soon. Hope you enjoyed my first vlog. Bye!